Hi, my name is Kate Bynum. I'm from Larchmont, New York, and I am a freshman at Carolina this year. I'm double majoring in Hispanic Studies and Journalism. And my first semester at Carolina was off to a pretty good start until I went on a lake trip with my roommate at the time, and I got a really bad concussion. At first, it was a really funny joke between me and my friend. When I first got back from the lake, it's, oh, does Kate have a concussion? Kate might have a concussion. And then when I got diagnosed with a concussion, the first I would say week of university approved absence, it was kind of fun. It was a joke. I was making TikToks, posting on my private story, things like that. But after about 3 weeks at that, that's when I started to realize that I had a serious problem on my hands.
Why? Pose for me, baby.
Natalie Nunn. Hey, baddies. Pose for me. Ass fat, slim, thick, no tummy.
Why? Pose for me, baby.
Natalie Nunn. Hey, baddies. Pose for me. Ass fat, slim, thick, no tummy.
And I didn't know that I had the concussion at first until I went to the library and started studying for midterms. It was my first college midterm season, so I was always at the library, really burning both candle, and I was having a lot of trouble focusing on the work. And when I got there, I had a lot of trouble reading the words on the page of my textbook. I was having a very, very hard time looking at anything on my computer because the lights were just way too bright and overstimulating. But even on my textbook, the words were dancing around on the page, which is very, very unusual for me, but I was really stressed about midterms. So, I let it slide for a couple of days while I can study. But eventually it reached a point where I knew that I did have a serious problem and that I probably should seek medical attention. So my sorority sister Grace drove me to urgent care, and that's when I was first diagnosed with a concussion. We wouldn't figure out until a couple of months later that the actual impact to my head was a lot more severe than they initially thought. It's been a long road to recovery. I think it's been about 7 months since the accident. But one of the really great things that's happened during recovery is that I had the support of my doctor, Dr. Travis Bryan at UNC Campus Health, and he really helped me navigate the accommodations process. So after I went to the doctor, I was granted what ended up being about a month of university-approved absence. And when I came back, that's when I realized that if I was going to finish my semester at Carolina and finish even my year at Carolina, I was going to need to seek some assistance from the accommodations team. That's when I first started speaking with the EOC office, and it wasn't the easiest process, I wouldn't say that. It took me about a month and a half to get my housing accommodation, but I got it, and I now live in my beautiful single. And it took me until March of this semester to get my academic accommodation. And that was very, very frustrating for me. I'm an out-of-state student. I'm very far away from home. I'm far away from my support system. And I was really having to advocate for myself in ways that I never previously had. And it took getting on a Zoom call with my doctor and accommodation specialist where they finally turned me towards some resources that might help me and granted me ultimately my academic accommodations.